This college basketball picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Draft now or play Underdogs Pick'em for a chance to win 100x. Promo code SGPN at UnderdogFantasy.com for a 100% deposit match. We're also ready by Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, player props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today.
Hey, this is Pac-Man Jones. You're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Cox. He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer dog?
We got a kitty on the top of the ladder from two angles. Look at this.
Wow,
Bang,
look at that kitty.
Bang, bang, bang.
What's happening, Ryan?
I was rearranging some stuff, but decided to put the stick at full attention.
Oh yes, get out the stick.
We got lights. We're festive. We got lights on the table. We got lights behind me. CJ was in here decorating all day yesterday.
Our elf on a shelf, our elf on a ladder. CJ Sullivan from the Bottom Line Bombs podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network.
I don't know if you saw it, Sean, but officially someone is taking the ladder bit to the next level.
Yes.
X profile with a step ladder as the profile picture. I almost feel like I am gonna take a picture on a ladder this weekend for a profile picture. I think.
Oh, that's great, Ryan.
I think maybe a holiday ladder glamour shot. Should we do some ladder glamour shots?
It's fun. All our company headshots are while on ladders.
I mean, doing a ladder calendar.
Yes. And this is great because the whoever these influencers in the hardware industry that scrape our YouTube channels and then reach out about I still haven't got my leaf blower, still haven't got my extension cord.
Leaf blower, lawnmower.
Yeah, come on, give us free stuff. We will do a review of your leaf blower. It will be awesome.
High conversion rate.
All right. We got a lot
premium products, hardware store
product reviews. We got a lot going on. Thanks. First off, shout out to everyone who reached out about the Eagles sucking. Go fuck yourself.
Whoa.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that wanted to know why there was not a after game show last night.
Well, yeah, normally we do that. We had our company dinner scheduled for after Monday Night Football. Ryan did that in an attempt to destroy the company dinner, but
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's my fault. It's a little bit my fault. The dinner happened on Monday.
Yeah.
So you're blaming me for the loss?
No, I'm blaming you for us.
I thought it would be a celebration. I had the Eagles laying the points. I thought we'd have
you took.
I thought we'd have a festive.
Seattle.
I thought we'd have a festive dinner after a
festive dinner
victory.
is after we kick your ass. The angry Eagles will be taking on your Giants, Ryan,
or the very tight Eagles.
Boston Scott touchdown incoming.
Who's calling the defensive plays this week?
I don't know. Who gives a fuck?
Okay.
We're here talking college basketball. We will be joined by Pick Dundee. Of course, before we bring Dundee on, shout out to Little C's. Love me some Little Caesars. Hey, even if your team's sucking in the NFL, you can still have a great NFL Sunday thanks to Little Caesars. You can order online during our Pizza pregame, or an hour before and 3 hours after NFL kickoffs, plus all day Sunday. If you're watching on YouTube, there's just an amazing pretzel crust video. We may have to mark this video not safe for work, because there's no way you're watching this video and not getting aroused by that python of flavor, the pretzel crust, the buttery golden brown, the salt sprinkles, the pepperoni piled high. Love me some Little Caesars. Choose your favorite Little Caesars toppings, and you can get it delivered or the in-store pizza portal pickup. Grab some friends and enjoy a few slices during the game. Little Caesars pizza.
Josh, make a version of that video where the crust and or the brush is blurred out, please. That would be excellent. Yeah. Happy college basketball.
Yes.
We're crushing it.
Can I introduce the guest, Ryan?
If we want, I mean, he's not here, so he can't take control of the show, start plugging stuff, and remind us that his chat is probably
and then
here.
Colby went the next step of sending sub agent, his little lackey, to do his bidding and can try and pull our audience over to the college basketball experience. Noah claiming he wanted to talk Lions football, but really just plugging the college basketball experience.
By the way, guys,
it was Benedict Dundee at his finest.
I know we're only like 10 minutes into this show, but in 15 minutes, we're going to be talking college basketball over on this other channel.
Joining us to talk college basketball on the Sports Gambling Podcast, he is the host of some sort of college basketball show, Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
What's up? The Lions haven't been relevant since pre-Bobby Lane, or right around Bobby Lane. So makes no need to talk Lion football.
Would have 100% guaranteed a Bobby Lane reference because he's proud of Noah. This is his way of being proud of Noah.
No, I'm not, because he's a Detroit Lion fan and he supports dome football, which is just disgusting. But look, I noticed on the intro,
he was born that way. He was born that way.
I noticed on the intro that that you talked cats. There are 6 cat teams on the slate today. Do we maybe consider a cat parlay?
Yeah, 6 cats. We got tons of options. And you mentioned Ryan, we're
in honor of Noah loving pussy.
You mentioned that we're killing it. It was my worst picking show so far in college basketball.
Wow.
Yet still, I managed to hit one of my locks, still maintaining 85% hit rate on my college basketball locks. Again, even not a great day for us, and we were still 3-3 on the consensus plays, bringing our consensus record to 50, 22, and 1. Colby 65% of his locks, Kramer 60% of his locks, Kramer 62% overall. Kramer also 56% dogs. We have not done great overall on the money line dogs. It seems like it's just been locks and consensus plays that have been the real moneymaker so far here in college basketball.
Made up some ground on you over the last couple weeks.
Yeah, you did,
to take over the overall lead.
You did.
Colby in 3rd place.
Well, that's why Colby has his own show, so he can put he can be the lead dog on his show where it's just him, Moneyline, Mac, Noah. Those are a little easier competition when you step up to the big dogs.
We are working with fake numbers here. You know what I mean?
Oh, here we go.
Ryan, it only took what? How long?
The best part about him coming after the numbers,
fake numbers that you make up.
This is why. This is why I am the ultimate puppet master. If Colby creates the number, he can't be mad at the number.
Look. At least we have tomorrow's real numbers in there, because if you're counting on me to to come up with math and numbers, might have a little bit of a problem.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're a computer. Some say a supercomputer.
Half man, half machine. All right.
You want to talk college ball?
Let's talk a little college hoops.
By the way, I don't want to look. I'm not a big rear view guy, but you guys did take the Catamounts of Vermont against my Hokies. Anything you'd like to say? That there were staples all over the gym, and all over the gym. Anything you'd like to say? That was embarrassing. 22 points. It was an 8-point spread.
The Staples didn't make it. So
it was
a bad handicap.
Game.
They're renaming it the Staples Center.
It was like 26-3 at one point. The game was over. The game was over 10 minutes into the game. All right. Just wanted to say you guys are idiots.
Thank you.
Just like fading the Hokies in the bowl game. Never been more confident about my Hokies. The program is so hyped right now. Baylor. Oh boy, we're doing more neutral site stuff, huh, Colby? We're heading to New York City. I assume we're playing this at MSG.
Yep. Even they even knocked off St. John's. Wanted to play there, but they're like, "Hey, this is a bigger game. You stay in Queens."
Yeah, you stay out on that. Baylor and Duke, massive game for college basketball. Duke laying 1.5 here. So what's the temperature check on Shire right now? Is Coach K returning soon?
He's got those gardening gloves. He's ready to take them off, hop back in, grab his whistle.
Does Coach K got to smack a bitch?
I would say, it's he's fine. He's fine right now. it's early in the season, college basketball. Yes, they've lost their couple tests, but panic hasn't set in until you get swept by Carolina. If that happens.
Yeah, they haven't exactly. I mean, they lost both the road games and they lost Arizona. I would say that Coach K is keeping a close eye on the situation. Imagine him coming out of the tunnel just randomly in the middle of the season.
I mean, I love Baylor here. One, better on the 3 ball, but 2, I mean, it was, whatever. It was like technically the neutral site, but losing to Michigan State, this Baylor team has to be laser focused. I think there's a better team. I think there's a more motivated team, especially now. Duke could have somewhat of a home court advantage. I think the neutral fan would probably lean Duke over anything at MSG, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to really have the crowd, quote unquote. But I mean, Baylor coming off that embarrassing loss against Michigan State, this is a potential lock here, all over Baylor.
Duke fans think they have some sort of ownership over Madison Square Garden. Some weird, like the ACC's played up there a little bit. Like, fuck off.
Colby, how say you?
I'm gonna ride with Duke. Duke hasn't beat a good team yet this year, really. So I think this will be the one. This will be the one. It'll be a little bit pro Duke here. Baylor just got worked by Michigan State, so I understand the logic on the rebound spot, but I just think that Duke needs a marquee win here, and I think it's a good spot to catch Baylor.
Well, there's a sharp in the chat. Moneyline Mac saying wrong team favored. Baylor all day. Let's go.
Mac must be in my notes. I coincidentally I have the same thing. Baylor moneyline in play here, guys.
Colby, what are you drinking? Because Colby is drinking something, and then I don't know if the drink is green, but your Dundee CGI background takes over your drink, so it looks like you're literally drinking Dundee. This is very
Colby. Drink it right in front of your face. Yeah, straight on.
It must be green tea or something. What are you drinking?
No,
Colby?
I have it. This is currently a rum and ginger ale.
I think it's clear.
Okay, it's like the yellow from the ginger ale or something.
No, I think you're just getting some fun light refracting games. That's why it's going right, seeing right through it. It is excellent because that backdrop. I mean, Colby, just slide your head out of the way real quick because there is. I mean,
so who's that babe with Crocodile Dundee?
Well, that's top secret information.
No bullshit. I saw a picture, very similar setup, but with Danny Trejo earlier today, a young Danny Trejo when he was a gangbanger. All right, so me and Sean are on Baylor. Colby is on. Colby, your love of Duke is disgusting.
No, this one makes sense because they're trapping you. Why would Duke be favorite? This line stinks to high heaven.
Colby's gone mad.
Yeah, it stinks to high heaven. You got to ride on Duke. I'll see you at the winner's circle, Green.
Now, of course, Colby is calling in remote, and Ryan. I mean, again, am I hearing something here?
565.
I mean,
do I still have a lisp?
I think now. Maybe it's just the remote microphone.
Are you hearing it right now? Are you fucking with me right now?
I mean, I'm here. I'm hearing some lispy.
You know my theory. Colby has a lisp all the time,
and we just don't notice it in person.
Our ears have adjusted it in person. Yes, very, very good. Game number 2. We're staying in New York, as Colby mentioned. St. John's relegated to Queens, taking on Xavier here. St. John's -3.5. I mean, you have to take the New York team in New York against the Cincinnati team, right? Basic handicap.
Yeah, I love this spot. I think St. John's. They had a players only meeting. I think after their loss to Boston College. I think they're going to get up. Xavier's kind of been all over the place. Yeah, they got the big win against Cincinnati.
Yeah, but that's a rivalry thing. We were all over that.
Yeah, I think them coming to New York City. I think the St. John's team starting to get. Starting to make some progress as to understand who they are. So I like laying the 5.5 here, or whatever number you're currently seeing, 3.5, 5.5. I see multiple.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, hang on. Let me just.
Interesting.
Because I'm with you. I'm all over St. John's here. You nailed it. Embarrassing loss to Boston College, and then nice bounce back spot with Fordham. And yeah, I mean they're just gonna work Xavier. I mean this Xavier team. They might be, I don't know, they might be okay down the road, but I certainly can't take them now, especially on the road. Yeah, no
They
way.
haven't played great when they've stepped up. St. Mary's being the only notable, maybe Cincinnati, but that's a rivalry spot. And
They did hang around against Houston. I'll give them that.
Although this is their second away game, first one happened a while ago, back on November 13th. So certainly going to be a dicey spot here.
Guys, I'm seeing this line now at 5.5. A couple hours ago, it was 3.5. It is now at 5.5.
Jesus, do you like this number more or less?
Less.
Kramer's always crazy. He's like, I like it more. Shows are on the right side.
I like it more.
I'm with Colby. I like it less, but I still like St.
You know
John's.
what? UConn was laying 5.5 last week on Friday when I suggested to take him against Gonzaga, and you donkeys didn't. So good on you guys for listening to me this time. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading.
Is there an air freshener on that rear view mirror, Ryan?
Oh, sometimes you just gotta like. I was just backing out of.
You got like dice in there. Your Giants dice off the rear view mirror.
I got some dice on the. I also have. There's some sort of like island bone thing that one of my daughters got me. That's theirs too. So it's full on SoCal bro levels. No truck nuts yet though.
Kramer did ask for a dream catcher for his rear view. Yeah, asked for that for Christmas.
Wow, that is some strong words. Going right for the low blow, huh? The dream catcher. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We head to Toledo, Ohio, and once again we're talking about Vermont losers. Toledo laying 4.5 here. If you want to have some fun, whoever posted the picture of the missile outside of Toledo Stadium that's aimed at their rival, go read the comments of that post on X. Very hilarious because you wouldn't believe it, but not everyone
found that funny.
Found that to be funny. Thought it was sending the wrong message to the youth of America. Why in any like I watched that Vermont team play. They after the Hokies took a 24-point lead, they kind of played an even game. They weren't the worst team. They were their typical Vermont team. They play structured offense. Probably don't have the best talent on the floor in most situations. I doubt they would in here against Toledo, but they're organized. That's the best I can say about them.
I mean, they go to the NCAA tournament almost every year. So I mean, look, that's something Virginia Tech's not very familiar with. But you got your one win.
Nice burn, Colby.
But
Colby's on Team Whites. You know that. If going from Vermont over here.
No, actually, I'm taking Toledo here mainly because they're just a little too white, and Toledo's got some players. So the backcourt was it Raheem Moss, Dante Maddox, a little bit too much, I think, for the Catamounts as they head into Toledo, Ohio. There, so I think the play is to ride the Rockets minus the points here.
Are we worried about Toledo's defense? I got Ken Pom fired up here. A lot of red in this Toledo defense. Kind of bottom of the country. Allowing the 3-ball. They've
played some good teams though, man. They've played Indiana State, who looks like they're back to the Larry Bird days. They played New Mexico at the pit. UC Irvine, who beat USC. George Mason's been on fire this year. Northern Iowa's a solid team in the Missouri Valley. They're battle tested. I think they can get it done here at home.
Toledo hits its free throws. How do you have a basketball program in Vermont that doesn't shoot 70% from the line? What is going on up there in Vermont?
Not enough marshmallows in the hot chocolate.
Yeah, they got. There were reports that they showed up late to Toledo. There's a little delay at the airline. Bags filled with staples. Trouble getting through TSA. Toledo minus 4.5.
Yeah, I Colby making a good case for Toledo. So Discord on Vermont there catching 4.5.
And so just to be clear, these games are all on Wednesday.
Not all of them.
Well, we're gonna get to some games on Thursday.
Yes, we got 4 Thursday games.
But lights just flickered. They didn't like Colby interrupting me. 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Jersey, Newark for Seton Hall, UConn. UConn laying 10. At some point, UConn will have a letdown spot or we just don't really care about this matchup spot, but they're clearly just better than most teams in college basketball.
I was, as someone who was on Gonzaga, eye test. It was like, holy shit,
different.
Well, and it was in Seattle, and anytime Gonzaga went on a little bit of a run, the crowd was getting into it. You're like, all right, this is when it turns. This is when I'm going to end up cashing this Gonzaga bet, and they could never get anything going because, and they had some decent looks, but man, I know everyone's going to talk about UConn's offense, but really, this defense is like championship caliber. At least from what I saw in that matchup.
That was a 1-8. That was a 1-8 matchup. That's how much better UConn.
No, and I still think Gonzaga is better than they showed there, but I know it's crazy to lay 10.
Colby, if you had to take an over under on Gonzaga's seed in the NCAA tournament, 4.5.
I'd probably say over or higher, because but it matters what happens with those matchups against St. Mary's and San Francisco. I think they're kind of
so Gonzaga could be an 8 seed.
Real,
my eyes told me 1-8.
They'll be a 3 seed. Is my prediction.
I just set the line at 4.5, and Colby took.
I'll take 4. I'll take 4 seed if I could bet on it right now. I'd take 4 seed. But I'm taking UConn. Kramer, it sounded like you were also on UConn.
Again, in order for there
I'm
to
not
be,
going to lose money betting against UConn. Or sorry, I'm not going to. Yeah, I might lose money betting on UConn, but I'm not going to lose money betting on UConn. I've decided that.
The reason you would want to fade there's 2 reasons you could maybe talk yourself into. One, this is their second road game. They lost their first to Kansas, as I told you they would. Also, it's their first conference road game, so you have that angle. And who's on deck, Colby? Well, that's St. John's, baby.
Yeah. I think you take the points here, man. This was I think a 9-point game last time they played. This UConn team still looks fantastic, but they aren't. They need to prove it to us that they're as good as last year. They look like they are, but Kadari Richmond, Alamir Dawes. I think that this Seton Hall team is at least should be better than last year's Seton Hall team. So they're at home in Newark. I know you love that airport, and I think it's a little bit too many points. I just think it's a little bit too many points. I think UConn wins by 7 or 8, something like that. But give me Shaheen Holloway in the Pirates plus the points.
Moneyline back, of course, pointing out top 10 team hasn't covered against the spread in a true road game versus the other teams on campus since November 14th. So top 10 road teams, ATS on the road hasn't been great, and they've been losing outright, as you saw with why am I blanking? A Rhode Island team, Providence with their win tonight. So yeah, I mean, top 10 teams have struggled ATS on the road. That being said, I'm still in UConn.
How many Duff beers did you have at the Universal City?
I had a couple. I am rocking my sweet Duff beer hat. Man, it's exhausting going to theme parks.
You know, like, my favorite part about Universal Studios is they had that backdraft ride that burnt down. It's perfect.
The irony.
Fucking perfect. Yeah.
You wouldn't like it, Cole, because some of the rides are indoors. So
I did that mummy. I did that filthy mummy roller coaster.
I had someone describe the amusement park experience as like traveling back in the day, where you're walking all day to get like 10 miles, and maybe in the middle of the night a bear might come to try to kill you and run your adrenaline up a little bit. They're the worst places in the planet.
It's tough because you're walking around, you're eating shitty food, but it was I mean, kids have fun with it.
Sure. I see what you're doing here. I'm willing to be open with my thoughts on amusement parks.
I'm just making the assumption that like the Europeans and like the Japanese have great food at their amusement parks.
I'll say this: adults who are really into Disney or really, into Disney and don't have children, you guys are losers. So take a good long hard look in the mirror. You're a loser. Get a real hobby.
Wow.
Sorry. So I don't think we have a lot of mega Disney fans and mega DJs.
I'm gonna get some DMs.
#Legends only.
With the percentages,
my DMs are open. If you love gambling on sports and you love Disney and don't have children, take Disney.
We need more clarity here because Star Wars Disney owns Star Wars. So does that count if you love Star Wars? Does that mean you own Disney? You love Disney?
No. Okay. So loving Star Wars is still kind of a loser.
It's a different category
on any level.
Different category, same shit, but not Disney.
Yeah. The Apple TV shows you can like and enjoy them as an adult, but if you're like drive to Anaheim to walk around 3 hours with you and your partner to buy a fucking lightsaber, yeah, you're a fucking loser. I'm sorry to tell you that. Take a good hard look in the mirror.
I think I'm on board. I think I'm on board with this theory.
Hey, if you have kids, yeah, amusement parks are fun to take them. They have a lot of fun. Yeah, I get that.
I think the Disney nerd would respond by saying you have a locker filled with jerseys from a team you don't play.
Yeah,
on.
but football is different.
They're your mouse ears, Sean. For the record, I am.
Yeah, they are my mouse ears. So get into sports. Get out of your locker.
Josh, this would be a great time to bring up the picture of Jalen Hurts and AJ Brown at Disneyland last year or 2 years ago, being BFFs, wearing those mouse
that's probably
ears.
why they suck. Good point.
Whoa. Colby's come full circle. I am on Seton Hall. I do think UConn.
Wait, you were on.
I said at some point there's going to be a flat spot.
Oh,
I said first road spot in the Big East. I said Patino on deck, and I guess you could argue they're coming off a nice little spot too, right? I mean, what do you think they did any partying? You think Hurley did any partying on that plane ride back?
Oh, I don't know what Hurley's getting up to.
What is partying for Dan Hurley? What is that?
Oh, look at this! Look at these losers.
I mean, they're holding a child though. That's the difference.
I don't see a child anywhere near Jalen Hurts.
All this is that like
Jalen Hurts looks. Like
I don't think that's not. I'm pretty sure that's not at Disney World. That's at his the AJ Brown's daughter's birthday party.
They hired Disney.
Yeah, they hired some. I mean, those are some broke ass Disney characters. Even as a Disney, you know.
I'm pretty sure I've opened up for a few of those.
You're gonna have to put a couple clauses in the loser clause.
No, all right, come on, that's completely different. Hiring kids for your hiring costume people for your kid's birthday party, that's cool. Or that's like good parenting. Being the people that are hired for that, you're kind of a loser. You should be looking for better gigs.
Where do you stand on hiring the clown for the birthday party?
Yeah, I mean, sure, that's
under zero. No. You don't hire clowns because what you're doing.
I've never hosted a kid's birthday party, so I'm not the great person.
Here's how it works. If you're hiring a clown, you're hiring someone who is like full into working as a clown.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
let's think about that. And you're putting them around children.
Do you run a background check? There's a certain creep level of inviting a weird, creepy person that likes to put on makeup and be around children. The possible red flags. Again, I'm not a parent. I'll defer to Ryan's decision making on this.
So Ryan, what do you do if your daughter wants a clown? You got to be the clown.
In a desperate situation, I would hire you or Sean, I guess. No way. Colby, guess what? I got a gig for you.
CJ, come on. Hey kids, man in the box. Pull out. I don't got any handkerchiefs. I got some bird ladders.
Yeah, he would be a good. The bird ladder gimmick could really work with the kids. Hey kids, you want to get the kitty out of the tree? 5:30 on the West Coast, right in Phoenix, Arizona, for Northwestern taking on Arizona State. Northwestern -5 in this spot. What's that? Is that the sound of Northwestern's car wash?
Yeah.
They comically beat Purdue. We all remember that game. We saw them rush the court, and then what do? They lose to Chicago State.
Yeah, it's classic letdown.
You can't lose to Chicago State. This is like this would be like, Sean, if a rec team that played intramural sports in the city where you resided challenged you to a game and you lost to them, and you were a Division I program.
If you listen to the college basketball experience, we were on Chicago State because we figured they would bring a bunch of their girlfriends and whatever scattered ass they're into that stadium to go drive that short little drive over to Evanston. We just thought it was a great moment for them to beat a Big Ten team. So subscribe, guys, if you guys get a chance.
More plugs. Northwestern, they did bounce back. A 10-point win against DePaul on the road there. not a bad spot. But this is like this is not a true on campus site, right? This is
this is at the Filthy Sons Arena, and it's featuring two of the private school pussy Duke guards. You know, you got Bobby Hurley going up against Chris Collins, both played guard at Duke under Coach K in the 90s. Might have been on the same team. Probably maybe a year gap or something. But I think Arizona State should have the crowd, and that's enough for me. Give me Arizona State. Sprinkle a little bit on that money line.
Yeah,
Arizona State
coming off back-to-back losses, essentially at home here against the Northwestern team. I just don't think Northwestern has the pedigree to be laying 5 on the road. I'm with you, Colby. I'm taking Arizona State +5 here. I mean, I don't know. Northwestern as a road favorite against like a decent program. I don't see it. What are you doing, Kramer?
I was just getting caught up on Chicago State. This coach they got, Gerald Gillian, seems like he's doing a good job. He seems to have as many wins as like the previous 3 guys combined.
If you watched last year, you knew it was coming. They got more competitive last year. They were losing, and this year they've been playing a lot better.
So another neutral site game. Do we have thumbs up or thumbs down for this one? I'm on Arizona State, by the way.
No, I don't understand it. If you're traveling all the way to Arizona, why can't you just play this in front of your home crowd?
Yeah, again, it seems I have to imagine they're eventually going to figure out that the TV product is worth more money and the TV product looks better.
The Ohio State UCLA game in Atlanta had like 12 people at it. I mean, it was
why it
looks so bad. It looks common. It looks like I'm watching like the futures game in the NBA when there's just no one there. I don't understand who wins, because someone has to buy. Like, someone's on the hook for the money that those tickets and suites cost. I guess you're assuming all the suites are sold, and where is?
I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, to do a neutral site that is clearly really close to the actual site but not at the site makes no sense.
Yeah, it's not even giving the alumni who like live in that city a chance to see. It really doesn't make any sense. Arizona State. We mess with Devils.
Let's go.
Unlike Herm.
Herm's still scared of those Devils.
Herm very good on TV still. It's unbelievable. It's somewhat shocking. I mean, the superstar coaches they had on that roster. Antonio Pierce now coaching the Raiders. He was the head cheater back when he was at Arizona State.
Hey, Underdog Fantasy. If you guys signed up with Underdog Fantasy yet, if not, what are you waiting for? Oh, great camera angle there. YouTube.com/sports gambling podcast to catch that. Underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN. Get the 100% deposit match up to $100. Colby, we're just talking Arizona State, Northwestern. We have some higher, lower pick 'em for college basketball. Do we want to go Adam Miller, Frankie Collins, Jemiah Neal, Jose Perez?
Hit me with Frankie Collins.
Frankie Collins, 11.5 points, 19.5 points, rebounds, assists, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. They even have rebounds and assists at 8.5. I know Noah's been very good at these. Make sure you follow him and check out his entries in the Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. What do you like here, Colby? Or Noah? Feel free to chime in the chat. I know you've been all over some of this.
For Frankie Collins, I'll say, give me the higher on the points. I'll use that Chicago State logic. They're dogs. They're right there at home. You get an opportunity to tell the girlfriend or whatever scattered ass you with, you get to hop over, check out an NBA arena. We're taking on a Big Ten team. Sign me up for that. Give me the higher on this point total.
All right. So higher 11.5, and let's find one more to pair it with. Let's see. Do you want to go Xavier?
I'll take you to Joel Soriano for St. John's.
Yeah.
This is a guy that apparently had this players only meeting. He was the one to really set this up. So I think he's going to have a big game against Xavier. Give me the higher 18.5 points with Joel Soriano.
So Joel Soriano, Frankie Collins over higher 11.5 points for Frankie. higher 18.5 points for Joel Soriano. That pays out a nice plus 300. Underdog Fantasy promo code SGPN. Get that 100% deposit match. What else we got, Kramer? Where are we going here?
Well, we're going to continue talking some college basketball. Head a little bit towards the east to New Mexico, Albuquerque to be exact. We're going to be talking about elevation soon. Don't worry, guys. UC Irvine. We have no idea how well an anteater operates at elevation. Well, they're taking on New Mexico. Also, we don't. What happens if you accidentally get a green chili stuck up in your anteater? Is that a problem? New Mexico minus.
I had one in college. I had to see the student nurse.
I mean,
pretty tough.
You joke, but
I mean, it burned when I pee. I assumed it was from a green chili up there.
You every once in a while we'll get Mexican food in the office, and I'll get some Serrano peppers.
Oh, and then you actually accidentally touch your pee hole.
I mean, it's bad enough if I accidentally like rub my eye, but yeah, you actually
can only imagine the burn.
Touch your dick. Bad news. Got to wash your hands right away. So UC Irvine catching a big number here, 8.5.
This is tough because I like this Irvine team. They've won us some money. Was all over them against USC. Definitely like a fun, underrated program. But then on the other side, like how can you fade New Mexico at home? And UC Irvine hasn't looked amazing on the road. They've lost their last 3 road games: Duquesne, Utah State, San Diego State. But I mean, they only lost by 1 to San Diego State.
The only true road game they won was that USC game.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, they also lost game number 1 at San Jose State. Colby, what are you doing? Do we just blindly take New Mexico at home?
I think so. This place, the Pit, they call it, is one of the
it's rocking.
One of the best college basketball environments.
No one gets out of the Pit.
And I think Jamal Bashburn Jr. has missed the past couple games. I think he's probably going to play for this one. I know they still say game time decision, but I feel like he's getting closer and closer to playing. So that would be a big, a big addition for the Lobos. And then, like you said, Irvine on the road here. I know they got USC, but that's a classic, little brother against big brother. And let's be honest, USC crowd isn't necessarily lit. This place is going to be bananas. So let's go.
I like how you went lit then bananas. Yeah, big matchup deficiency for UC Irvine defending the 3-point line. New Mexico gets hot, stays hot, stretches it out. Not the anteater. They don't stretch out the anteater. That might be painful.
So everyone's on New Mexico minus 8.5.
Someone said that the college football bowl picks episode we recorded the other night was the most off the rails episode of the year.
Well, because it was Colby fighting so hard against.
I'm referencing it because I feel like
I'm gonna vote this one. We had we did a bit on clowns at birthday parties.
I mean, again. When have you ever been excited to see a clown? Never. Villanova heads to Omaha, Nebraska, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Creighton laying 7. Yeah, like we don't need clowns. Like the way they deploy clowns at the rodeo makes sense.
Deploy clowns.
Distract.
You got to be a sick fuck to be a rodeo clown.
Distract this large beast. So this other.
Now, what do you do for a living? I enrage animals at rodeos. And I try to get them to maim me and stampede me. Oh, like why would you do that? I like hiding out in barrels and wearing makeup.
Yeah, part-time makeup.
Oh, we got
artist.
a job for you. You wouldn't believe it. The Villanova has had 11 days off. Kind of interesting scheduling quirk for them.
It's finals. That time of year. Got to take those tests.
Now we got burned on Michael Creighton.
Yeah, we did, Colby,
against Alabama, but this is the spot. Nova's coming up there. I know they had 11 days off, but that place is a hard place to get a dub at, and it's almost like the Pit. So Baylor, Shireman, Cockbrenner, they're going to be too much. They're just as experienced as the Wildcats, I would say. So I'm laying it with Creighton. Defend home court.
Villanova, one of the worst teams in the country defending the 3-point line. That's not something you want.
There's some bright red on this.
Villanova.
Well, but also on Creighton's defense, like they don't create turnovers, they don't create steals.
It doesn't matter. Like it's a very bright red color, but if you in the grand scheme of what needs to happen, what do you need to do to play against Villanova? Don't send them to the line.
Yeah.
And what does Creighton do the best in the country? Not send the other team to the line. So
yeah, and I mean, as much as I'm a guy who's going to want to blindly root for Villanova, they haven't done anything really in their true road spots. I mean, lost to Kansas State, although that was a tough game. Did go to OT. I mean, they lost to fucking Penn.
Villanova scores 39% of their.
Technically, that was away.
Villanova scores 39% of their points on the on the 3-point line, which is 19th in the country. Creighton gives up 21% of their points.
Yeah,
it's a really bad matchup for Villanova. This is lock potential. I locked them up, and we got hosed in that Alabama game. I might have to go back to the well.
You're saying you're due.
UNC and Oklahoma head to Charlotte, North Carolina for a little neutral site action. 6 p.m. on the West Coast. -1.5 for UNC. I don't know what to think about North Carolina.
I think this is lock potential.
Really? Why are you so high on
a home? It's kind of a home game. That's
yes, this is going to be. Yeah, I'm about to say this is going to be an all Carolina crowd, and Oklahoma is 10-0, and Carolina's coming off that close loss to Wisconsin or Kentucky. There is no way to me that Porter Moser and them go to this. I'm going to just go ahead and say this is a home game for Carolina, even though it's not in Chapel Hill. It's going to be a home game. I love Carolina laying the points here. Bounce back spot from that Kentucky game. They right their wrongs. I think their experience is going to be the difference. I know I said that against Kentucky, and Kentucky got the best of them, but I think Kentucky is a little bit more talented than Oklahoma is. So I just think it's a bad spot for the Sooners, and they get their first loss of the season there in the great state of North Carolina.
Well, UNC coming off back-to-back losses. But yeah, I'm with you here. Essentially a home spot, and they're just they're the more desperate team. I mean, Oklahoma doesn't need this game. I mean, I get they're a good team, but yeah, UNC -1.5 all day.
And if you are viewing it like a road game, like Colby mentioned, what is it? Easy system play. Oklahoma's first road game of the season. Take UNC. Alabama heads another. So this is the second game out in Phoenix. Alabama, Arizona, a nightcap. Another. I mean, the Arizona and Arizona State both playing in this one. 8 p.m. on the West Coast. Love the late night tip. Arizona laying 7. All right, talk to me about this, Colby.
I'm actually seeing 7.5 now.
All right.
Beautiful,
man. So this is going to be an all Wildcat crowd, right? They'll show up to this. They travel pretty well, but Bama plays their style of ball. I feel like pretty decently. Like I could see them giving them a game, but Arizona's coming off that loss to Purdue. It was their first loss of the season. 7.5. I still think you take the points, though. I still think you take the points, even though I just mainly because of the style of play that both teams play. Incredibly fast.
And also too, like, yeah, I mean, to jump in real quick. I mean, Alabama, when they've had to play up against opponents, they've hung around. I mean, they covered that. Well, at least our number against Purdue. They covered against Creighton. They didn't look amazing against Clemson. Probably not a great loss for them, but even Ohio State, they did lose. Neutral site, only lost. Oh, they lost by 11, but I don't know. Purdue and Creighton back-to-back losses. I think they're going to hang around. Like this Alabama team, 7.5 is a lot to give them.
They both play at like a top 50 pace. Both put up a ton of points, and I think the fact that Alabama is like I think they're 9th in the country in 3-point shooting. I think that'll be a key factor in them staying around and being able to cover this 7.5.
Yeah, I mean Arizona's strangely not great defending the 3-point line. You can say it about both ways in this matchup, but Alabama's the team that's going to be chucking the volume shots. So if they hit their shots, they're in business. And this isn't. It's not. Where the one angle where these aren't road games, like true road games, is that you're not going somewhere where Arizona has familiarity with the rims. And that, to me, that like from a shooting perspective,
rim familiarity, you're going to throw in sight lines as well. Right?
Well, yeah, I guess that's what I mean. It's more of just like one of the aspects of a road game is like the home team knows how to shoot. Like you know, that shit's true. You play in a big gymnasium. There's some weird shit that happens behind the backboard,
but still, Alabama coming all the way to Arizona. Just play this in Tucson. What are we doing here?
Yeah, no, I'm with you, but I would. This is the kind of game, especially if the number is going to be this big, where you got to take a stab on the dog. I'm rarely on Alabama too, but this seems like a ridiculous spot.
All right, consensus play on Alabama.
The heat is in the hat. Discord's got a lot of plays. Have we agreed on everything? Almost.
No, I was on UConn.
This is excellent.
we got a loaded card here. Hey,
Discord's getting hammered this week.
Speaking about getting hammered, it's the holiday season. Maybe you're enjoying a couple cocktails, getting loose. And you're probably thinking like, oh man, there's probably someone on your gift list where you're like, oh man, what did I get them? I didn't get them anything. I need a last second gift. What am I going to give them? Give them a great gift of game tickets. And you can do it by going to gametime.co, using the promo code SGPN, getting $20 off. Again, sign up, get the tickets. Very easy to get it going. And you save $20 on your initial purchase. You help out SGPN, you help out yourself. And it's really, I mean, especially as you get older here, it's like, really, do I want more crap or do I want cool experiences like seeing your favorite team, like seeing some of these great college basketball matchups, obviously a ton of great NFL, college football, electric bowl season, so many great games out there, and Game Time helps you see them, lower fees, better prices, built for mobile, and the Game Time guarantee. When you buy in Game Time, your tickets will be on time and authentic, guaranteed. Just go to gametime.co, promo code SGPN, gametime.co.
I just used Game Time.
Nice.
Picked up some NBA tickets, Sean.
Oh wow.
Guess the teams.
Orlando Magic.
Yes, very good.
Thank
Orlando Magic taking on the New York Knickerbockers.
Oh.
Not for me. Just
That's electric. Magic are actually good this year.
Yeah, apparently the
team.
nephew's playing a little ball, so getting a good time to Vegas.
Is he a Knicks fan or is he a Magic fan?
I can't imagine my sister put that burden on him to be a Knicks fan, so I'd assume he's a Magic fan. Root for the local team, right?
Yeah, Banchero's fun to watch.
Yeah, but so is Jalen Brunson. He might fall in love with him when he sees him up close and personal. That grit, that hard work, that determination. I sent my kids that video. If you haven't seen the one of Jalen Brunson and his dad just training when he was a kid, just making him doing it over and over and over. Great message. Worked out for him. Kentucky heads to Louisville, Kentucky, where Louisville is catching 13.5 points. And it seems as though Louisville has a serious problem with their basketball situation right now. This is the program that has had issues with tights, players playing, not playing, waivers. The coach seems like a huge beta. It's a rivalry game. Like, what are we doing here?
I was about to say, remember a couple years ago at an old folks home, two people got into a fist fight. Two guys over Kentucky and Louisville winning. They're sitting there 85 years old, just punching each other in the face. Security's called. What a great story.
Sports are back.
Why Kentucky? I mean, you want to talk about underrated rivalries, and the state of Kentucky, they hate each other the best.
Now, is this an actual spread?
No, this is database.
Oh wow!
It might be higher. It might actually be higher, guys. I was trying to be lenient because it was at that Yum Center.
Sorry, we've moved over to Thursday now, December 21st, 3 p.m. on the West Coast. So this is a Pick Dundee special. Do you have would you like to challenge? Are you throwing the challenge flag, Sean?
No, I'm not. I was just confirming, because in my head, 13.5 points is a ton for a rivalry
I'm
game.
good with the projection.
Yeah, I don't think the number is wrong. I guess in my head, I'm thinking, man, that feels high.
Well, last year, Kentucky won by 23, and I know that was in Rupp, but I think this year's Kentucky team is probably better than last year's Kentucky team, and this year's Louisville team looks like last year's Louisville team. So I don't know. I tried to give Louisville a bit, like when I ran the numbers, I was thinking actually like 16, but then I'm like, no, it's in the Yum Center or whatever the hell they're calling that thing now. So
Delicious.
So
Gave
them a couple points, but I think you still got to ride Kentucky here. I know it's a letdown spot off of the Carolina game, but I just don't know about this Louisville team. They did look good though against Pepperdine the other night, but I'm still just going to take Kentucky here. I just can't take. I can't take Louisville.
I don't know if it would be a letdown spot. Coming back the other way, looking at it from the favorite, because Kentucky still gets a lot of enjoyment about shoving little brother in the locker. I mean, that's always the opposite side of these rivalry games. It's like, this is Louisville's Super Bowl, but Kentucky's not going to look past them. I don't think.
You don't think they're going to look past them to Illinois State?
No, I think they enjoy kicking their ass.
Yeah, I mean their SEC schedule starts in January, so they have time before their schedule ratchets up. This is a smash spot.
Smash!
Yeah, I'm. I think Kentucky minus 13.5. Is that what you're doing, Colby?
Yeah, I think you got to lay it right now. Shout out to DB Cooper for throwing us some dollars, huh?
Oh yes, appreciate that.
Is this one of yours, Colby?
Well, DB Cooper, where did he get this money from that he's tipping us $10?
Providence plus Western Carolina parlay. There we go. That sounds like Moneyline Mac and Noah did a great job last night while we were eating steaks, having cocktails.
Oh wow, look at that. Look, Colby acting like a true boss. Just hey guys, take care of shit. I'm out of here. Oh yeah, appreciate you, DB Cooper. You know what? It would be really fucking dope if DB Cooper was still alive.
Well, we don't know that he's not.
I know, that's why I said it would be really fucking cool. And two, if he was still alive, if he listened to the show, and third, if this was actually the DB Cooper. I'd love to. Me and Colby would love to have you on our podcast that we're launching, where we like to explore topics deeper, not with a snorkel mask, with a scuba diving setup.
Just sipping that beautiful whiskey.
Just
you guys
picture
gave me for Christmas.
Colby over there, me here, the tanks in the middle. We're just we got breathing apparatuses. St. Joe's heads to Charleston, South Carolina, take on Charleston. 4 p.m. on the West Coast, -1 for the home Charleston. You big South Carolina guy, Sean?
I got no beef with the Carolinas. Yeah, I don't have a ton of experience.
You shouldn't
with
lump
them
together. That's,
okay.
I think that's it's like a North and South Korea thing. I don't think you want to. I think if you're from North Carolina, you don't want to be called a South Carolina.
Okay,
that's what I've heard.
Yeah, Myrtle Beach is cool.
Went to Myrtle Beach at some point, maybe college. I don't know. Seemed like a tone. Like if Myrtle Beach was in Florida, it'd be a lot more fun kind of place. You know what I mean?
Well, everything's funner in Florida.
Have you guys not been to Charleston?
Been to Charleston.
Not been to Charleston.
Yeah.
Charleston's got a lot of old shit, a lot of rich people.
Great drinking city. It's a good city to get fucked up in.
Okay.
What are we doing here?
Well, St. Joe's guys is been pretty damn good this year.
Pretty good defense too.
Yeah,
best team from Philly.
You can make that argument. You certainly can. I mean, short of that Texas A&M Commerce upset that your boy Dundee was on, I mean,
they took down Penn, they took down Villanova, they took down Temple. You want to crown them? Crown them.
Do they have a city championship?
Yeah, they play this like tournament. This tournament every year. So they pretty much have ran through the competition. And then Charleston, out the gate, remember Charleston was a tournament team a year ago, and out the gate they struggled in Myrtle Beach or in Conway, which is right next to Myrtle Beach. And they've gotten hot recently. So Pat Kelsey doing a great job there. I think like this one is probably, I'm curious the crowd turnout because you're not going to have this school in session. So I think St. Joe's is probably the play. Normally this place gets pretty lit, but I think right now, right before the holidays, people are probably back home. I know my neighbor here has some of his kids going to the University of Charleston. So they're back home. Let's go. Give me St. Joe's. It's a good play.
I mean, yeah, when in doubt, take the better defense. I like St. Joe's here.
What it's classic. When St. Joe's hits their 3-point ball, they're winning this game. 100% lock potential here.
Oh wow,
lock potential. I like Colby's handicap on knowing the college calendars too. Kids won't be in session. Colby, don't be the clown. Georgia Tech heads to Honolulu. Oh my god, why is Georgia Tech and UMass going to Honolulu? Who's dropped a bag or two?
I mean, come on. This is money laundering written all over it.
6 p.m. on the West Coast, UMass especially. -1 for Georgia Tech. Who are we trying to appeal to? Is there someone on a roster that's from Hawaii?
Well, no, this Frank Martin UMass team is playing great ball. And guess what? I know Frank Martin. He's from South Florida. I mean, I don't know him personally, but Mac does, right? And he gets the opportunity to go.
Why is this spread so small? Georgia Tech's offense is horrible.
So you're saying Frank?
I mean, they beat Duke. They beat Duke.
Yeah.
They've got a couple nice wins. They beat Mississippi State.
It's true.
So they're
doing
playing
some quality wins. They beat Penn State.
Yeah. So even though that was it was generous whistle, but no, I mean I think it's a good game, man. I don't know why they're doing Hawaii, but I like it. I think it was an easy sell to Frank Martin as a guy.
He likes to throw one or two back. Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I don't know about that, but he's from South Florida. He likes, beaches, he's sure, let's go.
If I'm not mistaken, he was always big on recruiting the islands, right? Was he not always recruiting kids from outside the country? Am I wrong here?
That'd be a Mac question, I think. Mac, was he big on recruiting?
I thought you were the expert. But
well, no, Mac actually worked with him.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll ask the expert Mac. Yeah, no, I the handicap here is fairly straightforward. Which team is gonna party harder on this trip? Who's gonna take it more serious? How many teams went to? Is this just a single game?
No, it's a tournament.
Okay. Who else is there?
Hawaii and Portland, the Pilots.
Whoa! What's Portland doing there? How'd they get on the list?
I think there's someone else there too. Noah, who else is there?
Look at this. This is what he does on his show. He just talks to his
lackeys.
People. Tell me what. And they're playing in Hawaii's actual arena. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh no, Noah's saying this is a one-off. Not then the tournament starts.
So this is an exhibition for a tournament in Hawaii that they decided, hey, we need to get UMass and Georgia Tech out here.
You guys want to get?
Well, no, they're playing. I think starting the tournament in a couple days, so they're getting there, and yeah, so that's why it was confusing.
They're getting used to the climate, used to all the spam in their diet.
You guys want to meet there a couple days early, hang out in Hawaii, and play exhibition game?
College sports scheduling cracks me up.
How are they trying to still pretend like any of this is about college and
it's about
class?
The student athletes?
Yeah, I mean, Amherst to Honolulu is not a far trip, guys.
That's a cheap flight.
You're a team from Georgia and a team from Massachusetts meeting in Hawaii to play a game.
To play a game that's not part of the tournament. I have no idea why, but I'm with you, UMass all the way.
Oh yeah, we love Frank.
Oh, I'm told now that it is a tournament game.
Oh my. For fuck's, I mean, what is
this? A setup? What's going on here?
Operation, you guys. Oh my god.
Well, here's the problem. The problem is that who cares who wins these tournaments? We just want to see the games. We don't. Yeah. It's not like you're getting a trophy that qualifies you to make the NCAA tournament. So it's one of these things that I think the college football or college basketball fans don't pay attention to because who cares? As long as the game is good.
And so this is this the second Maui Invitational?
I don't even know, man. I don't even know what they call this shit. I don't pay attention to that shit. Yeah.
I like that. He stays so focused. No, I know that was my joke. Yeah. If the chat could tell me what this event is called, I would appreciate it. I will agree with you guys. Big fan of Frank Martin. He comes from the great lineage of coaches who will just kick your ass.
It's called the Diamond Classic.
I feel like oh my goodness, the Diamond Classic. That you know what that there's a couple of things. If Diamond anything, it's Saudi money. The Saudis are paying for a basketball game in Hawaii. I have no Colby. We
First
need
the live tour, then the Hawaii basketball.
Well, it's just like how the Chinese buffet always puts like super or new before the name, and they love diamonds over there in Saudi, so they want to name everything diamond.
Guys, I know you guys have been scared of that Maui tournament money, but if you want, this game's not until Thursday. You can send me there tomorrow.
Oh, Colby, there's no way that wouldn't work out.
I got a feeling the Diamond Classic's a little cheaper than the Maui Invitational.
Still Hawaii and still the holiday season, Colby. Stanford heads to San Diego, California to take on San Diego State. Our gal, 6 p.m. on the West Coast on Thursday. San Diego State projected to be laying 9 points here. So how are we feeling about our gals?
They're struggling, man. I mean, they're getting wins, but they're struggling. You know, like they should have probably lost to UC San Diego.
Almost lost to UC Irvine.
Yeah, should have lost to UC Irvine. But they did lose to Grand Canyon. CJ Sullivan will remind you about that.
Grand Canyon's a good squad.
He does have Grand Canyon to win it all.
Yeah. So look, I think 9 is way too much here. In-state battle. Give me the tree huggers, and they've been a little bit better this year than most years over the past decade, I would say.
Stanford.
Yeah.
Now that they can cheat, they're really going to excel. Now that it's legal, they're like, all right, I'm in. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm looking at the numbers. You're taking Stanford, Colby?
I'm not taking Stanford.
Yeah, I'm going against you here. I'm taking San Diego State.
Oh, come on. That's our team.
Yeah, this Stanford team, I don't know. Advanced metrics not kind to him.
Colby's lost his way.
Yeah, come on. We on the one thing we do here on the show is always pick San Diego State. I'm worried you gotten away from that.
Let's go Power 5. He's picking the big boy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're taking the little guy.
Stanford, only lost to Arkansas in overtime.
No, I mean,
you're
taking
Arkansas was that?
You're taking the big school. We're going to take the little guy, laying 9 points here at home.
It's too many points.
Too many points. We're taking the scrappy underdog.
You got to remember that San Diego State only scores like 60 points, so it's like 9 points is gigantic.
So what do you think the final score is going to be, like 52 to 39?
Yeah, they'll both get in the 60s. Stanford will get 65. San Diego State will get 63.
Colby, Sean,
yes,
strap in. Last game of the night. Boise State heads to Spokane, Washington.
Ooh. Why?
Wait, this isn't in Pullman. What are we doing? To take on Washington State. We got Cougars, 8 p.m. Another late night tip, Sean. Loving the. You're gonna. I mean, this is where I don't know how people do the East Coast. 11 p.m. and the game's just starting. No way I'm making it to the end of that one. Boise State lays a point here. Now, obviously, we're closer to Pullman, but Boise State will have a crowd here, I assume.
I don't know.
Okay. You don't think they would travel?
Hold on, we're pulling up a map. We haven't done geography in a while.
Road trip.
It's the holidays.
That's the time to travel.
Yeah, I'm gonna head watch some.
That's a far trip though, man. That's Boise's like southern Idaho, right?
All right. So Spokane to Pullman, which we have personally done that trip, 74.5 miles.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Driving down the street. There will be Washington State fans there. You're probably in their country. How far do you think Boise is?
Like driving? Miles. I would say like 6 hours.
I'm guessing officially 300 miles.
What's your guess, Colby?
6 hour drive. 6 hour 30 minutes.
367 miles. 6 hours 47 minutes by car.
So we both did pretty good.
I'm a fucking genius. All right.
Yeah.
Turn off your GPS.
I'm factoring in some traffic here. Yeah, not Colby driving because he would drive right into traffic because he hates his GPS.
That would be.
You got to battle them out, Sean. You can't look. You're like a big time college basketball program that doesn't schedule any tough opponents in the non-con.
Spoke Vegas. DB Cooper is pointing out. Oh man, this is tough.
Oh, I support Washington State through and through.
Yeah, Colby, what are you doing here?
Shout out to Klay Thompson.
Washington State is coming off a loss to Santa Clara, but I just think Boise State's the better team.
Yeah. You don't like Washington State's defense here?
I mean, I think they played a bunch of nobodies in the beginning of the year, so I think their stats are all diluted. Give me Boise.
Yeah,
Leon Rice.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
They're not going to let you back on that campus.
I'm with Colby. I'm going Boise State.
All right.
All right. Time for our lock dog bonus lock brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Bet smarter, not harder. Get those parlays optimized. Hall of Fame Bets, a really cool tool. Helps you break down each parlay by leg. Great for obviously parlays, but player props too. You can even put in game lines there, and the deep data button, very good for, hey, how many times has Boston Scott scored a touchdown against the New York Giants, stuff like that. You can figure that out all over at Hall of Fame Bets. You can download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Use the promo code SGPN50 to get 50% off. That's HOFBets.com, promo code SGPN. Kramer, what are you doing?
I was pulling up the price of Boston Scott's anytime touchdown. Do you know what it is? I assume you already got down on it.
No, I have not. I'm guessing plus 400.
Not. Don't see a number yet.
Okay,
we'll circle back. All right, lock. Early in the show, there were a couple games that stood out to me as potential locks. Let's go lock number 1, North Carolina laying 1.5.
Ooh.
Lock number 2, Creighton going back to that well by 1 million. Dog. Oh, you got to take the heat is in the hat. Give me Alabama.
All right.
On the money line. And you guys throw your picks out, and then we can talk a little parlay action.
All righty. Let's see. I mean,
feel free to copy me. Those felt like bangers.
They did. Certainly felt like bangers, Ryan. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take. Oh man. Yeah, you know what? New Mexico. I mean, I like the Anteaters team, but New Mexico at home is just a fucking machine.
Be careful.
And then I'll take New Mexico laying 8.5. I'll take Arizona State on the money line. Not true home dog, but essentially a home dog against Northwestern. And then last but not least, give me. Now I'm going to take Toledo minus 4.5.
Whoa.
Colby, what do you got?
I'm sorry. I was just researching about Alan Livingston, who created Bozo the Clown. Believe it or not.
Oh wow!
It was back in 1946, guys.
How many bodies?
He is from the school of Wharton School at the University of Pennsylvania. Very close to where Sean grew up.
Probably has a walk-in freezer too.
Look, the lock here, guys. This is easy. You guys can, if you want, you can like edit out the previous 2 parts and just jump on here. What you want to do is you want to lock North Carolina. That's a lock. Wow. Smash that up. We're gonna lock up Michael Creighton.
So you're copying Kramer's?
I said those are locks when we covered them. I said
why you wanted to edit it out.
And the money line is the Stanford Cardinal. Thank me later.
I mean, he wanted to erase what I said just so he could say the same thing. Is this what you do on your show?
When we called the games, I said those are locks. Are locks. So
is this how he treats you, Mac? Does he give you a script?
How do you guys put up with this?
Wow,
Ryan, I'm seeing Boston Scott anytime touchdown plus 950.
What?
Yeah. That's insane. That's insane.
Are they not aware? They have him on the roster for just 2 games a year.
Yeah. Let's get it. Hey, fun college basketball picks episode. Of course, download the SGPN app. Get free college basketball picks in there or over on our website or on the college basketball experience. Plenty of time or plenty of ways to get some daily college basketball picks. Amazing college basketball season already shaping up. Should be a good one as we count down to March. We got the Super Bowl first. Lot going on.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Mac unhappy that we're not fighting.
No lock battles.
And then
what about a jumbo parlay?
Oh
jumbo,
yeah, we did
Jumbo the Clown parlay.
Noah just stepped into HR's office and reported some violence on the college experience. So we'll have to look into that. Now, I can't get over Noah's YouTube profile picture. It's out of control funny.
It looks like if
it's Cyclops from X-Men if he was playing baseball, basically.
You know,
imagine Cyclops.
It looks like it looks like Geordie LaForge if he played softball. Correctly, if Geordie LaForge from Star Trek Next Generation, aka LeVar Burton, if LeVar Burton was lived in Michigan and played rec league softball, yeah. Look at that. Look up. Josh, can you please put up a photo of LeVar Burton as Geordie LaForge in Star Trek?
You knew his name. You knew his name.
No, I Googled it. Colby, I got a computer right in front of me.
Well, you're making fun of Star Wars fans. I thought maybe you were a Trekkie.
Colby's triggered. Now pull up. Is there a way to make Noah's picture bigger?
I can't make it any bigger. But
look at those. It's exactly the same.
It's pretty good.
Amazing.
All right, can I interest you in this?
Interest me.
Arizona State, Alabama.
I was gonna say St. Joe's parlay with Arizona State.
Okay, Arizona State in the points.
Yes. No, money line. And
so St. Joe's laying the points. Arizona State money line.
St. Joe's is catching a point.
Yeah,
oh, you're
St.
right. Sorry, I was looking at
dog. Yeah. Wrong team favored.
Okay, St. Joe's is a dog. Arizona State is a dog. Both on the money line.
And maybe throw in a little roll tide. Call it the Jumbo.
Heat is in the hat. Heat is in the hat.
All right.
You guys ever been to Jumbo's Clown Room? By the way.
Oh
yes.
Yes. There's not actually clowns there though. Just scantily clad women.
The only cool clown is the one in North Hollywood next to that liquor store.
Yeah, Jumbo. Well,
what is that? Circus Liquor, I think.
Circus
right?
Liquor.
Circus Liquor.
Circus Liquor.
It's a iconic LA liquor store where we used to get our kegs for some parties when Kramer and I were roommates.
Sweet merch. And if you've never been to,
I gotta get a Circus Liquor shirt.
If you've never been to, get us all some. If you've never been to Jumbo's Clown Room, best description I've heard is a DIY strip club.
Very much.
Would you say dive bar meets DIY?
I don't think I haven't been in there with it when I haven't ran into Bowser.
It is that kind of place.
Shout out to Bowser.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Smash that subscribe button for the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
And hit the like button, please.
Kramer, let it ride.